Barb and Marty Mueller have been married almost 40 years. They're retired from a company that they ran together for most of those years, and now their time is filled with Gizmo.
Gizmo actually is a carry-through of what we used to do, but now it's in a more educational point of view.
Gizmo is located on the campus of North Idaho College in Coeur d'Alene. It's open to the public, and it's filled with spaces and equipment to use for learning and developing creative skills.
Somebody can come in with some skill, build their skill set, and then have free range of everything that's in the shops. Plus, while they're doing that, they're interacting with other people who have ideas.
Gizmo's year-round programs range from ceramics to robotics and beyond, and are offered to all age groups from kindergarten on up. Or, as Marty and Barb put it, from K through Gray. Innovation and inspiration are key components at Gizmo.
Marty and I ran a research and development company for 35 years.
Pretty much.
And when we ran that company, we did it almost in the same way we do now. Everybody was involved in the design process.
Barb and I both teach classes, and a whole group of volunteers teach classes. We have a great welding instructor who's also an amazing artist.
Wonderful woodworking person, great laser cutter.
Huge challenges, hard to train for a future that you don't know what it's going to be like. But I can guarantee that if you help a kid to understand that they can figure things out, they can be resourceful, they can be curious, they can be imaginative and figure things out and increase their confidence level about that they will for sure be successful in the future, no matter what they face.
Now do it. Double-handed. There you go. Oh, that's a lot. Woo! We came here to get him some experience with power tools, things that I couldn't teach him because I didn't know. So we came here, we've used band saws and belt sanders and all sorts of tools to build this from basically a piece of wood and some materials.
To line this up so it hits the dot. This is definitely a unique space for this, and the safety features and having all the various tools, everything they could possibly want to play with or need to build these trucks. Or last session we built little foosball tables. They love it. Boys and tools, right?
Gizmo's funding comes mostly from grants and community support. Barb says that it's easy to make the case for the importance of Gizmo.
When you look at the figures for Idaho, last year there were 7,000 tech jobs that went unfilled. That equals to about $450 million that Idaho did not earn in its economy. And then when you look at the statistics for Coeur d'Alene, 42% of the kids are on free lunch, which means they're below the poverty level. And if you think about that, you walk down what looks like an affluent town in Coeur d'Alene, and every other kid you're seeing is living below the poverty level. So we are driven to give STEM-based education opportunities to these kids so they can break the glass ceiling of poverty, because they'll be trained to be able to do those tech jobs. I am very devoted to empowering young girls to be able to see the pathway into technology and into art by having the confidence to follow that.
I made a sequence that takes in 3 arguments or 3 values, creating this cool LED sequence. So it's very manipulatable. I can change the colors to anything I want. I can change the speed, a lot of values, just to make whatever sequence I wanted.
We have kids who are working for SpaceX. We have kids who are working at Microsoft. We have kids who are working at Amazon. We have young kids who are writing apps to be able to solve problems. So what's the big story around Gizmo? The big story is not one story, it's all the stories that are happening.
Some Gizmo projects are out of this world, like their near-space balloon, built with help from students from Sandpoint Middle School and Rathdrum Elementary School. Rising to over 120,000 feet, the balloon captured video of Mount Hood, the Columbia River, the Canadian Rockies, and the Pend d'Oreille area. Back on Earth, Gizmo has produced a submarine to study the depths of Lake Pend d'Oreille. And whimsical, human-powered vehicles are created for the annual Gizmotion event, held in Coeur d'Alene City Park.
I see people expanding their abilities and awareness of things all the time.
It's been a really incredible collaboration to be together, married and also working together all of that time has really given us an opportunity to find our own strengths, but also to be open to another person's ideas. Working on things that are very demanding in time and in energy, there can be a lot of conflict, and instead there's been a lot of growth.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.